Okay, hello, welcome back. So this is the Advanced Typography lecture. It's called, Advanced Typography lecture. So if you need to, make sure that you do go back and do the review for typography. You need to make sure that you know how to assign a font family to HTML and CSS, how to provide the alternative fonts in the font stack, know at least a few or all of the general categories of the font families. And you remember I mentioned there's serif, sans serif that has a dash in there, cursive, fantasy, and monospace. And then the other stuff having to do with type design and typography, such as sizing it and letter spacing and line height and those sorts of things. So I'm pretty straightforward. I already talked about the lam.cc/typograph, where you can get a start on how the relative sizes between the H1, H2 paragraph and so on work. There's another site that also works that I didn't mention before, and that's gridlover.net. And gridlover.net is free, and it's very much like the other site. It might be a little bit easier for people to use. It seems a little bit more clear. You've got the lovely sliders and font sizes and stuff like that. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, and gives you the HTML, the CSS over here. And I assume you can edit that. Nope, you can't edit it. So it's all sliders up here. Turn the typography grid on and off. This has nothing to do with the CSS grid. Okay, so that's gridlover.net. So for the hands-on, since I talked about a lot of what we already had going on, for the hands-on, we're going to go ahead and go with the typography starting files, and that's these guys. So the typography starting files. There we go. Put that down. All right. So we'll get into that. You can do it in anything you want to. My dog's making a mess. Okay. He's licking one bowl clean that has had no food in it for a day, but the other bowl is full of food and he's ignoring that one. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and you can work on anything you want to. I have several options here. I think I'll go ahead and work in Adobe Dreamweaver, just because I've been messing with it today, obviously. Okay, typography start. I don't know if that's the right one. Okay, that one. And then that one. You know what, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the right one or not. We're going to find out. Let's see. Starting files. Give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and extract those starting files. Oh, I see what it is. I'm in design view, not live view. Ha! There we go. Alright, sweet. Okay, so this is an extremely boring page. So there's not much to be done about that. What we're going to do is we're going to mess around with Google fonts. And Google fonts they're used by everybody. Part of that's because it won't go down. I mean, it's Google. They have backups with their backups and backups. So Google fonts, it's really straightforward choosing a font to use. Some of these will work better than others. Like this, I would not use this for a whole bunch of type on a page. But Open Sans is very, very popular for that. They have a lot of the really popular ones on the homepage, actually. Noto Sans, Lato. Yeah, there's some very nice ones here. Wow. Huh, interesting. Let's see. I love slab serifs. That's the part that has the square serifs. I love how they look. Merriweather, Ubuntu, Playfair. Let's try Nuni2. It has a nice rounded look about it. Almost looks like Arial Round. Okay. So you can select individual styles that you want to use, or you can select the whole thing. You used to be able to. Let's see. You always want to at least glance at the license, make sure it's something that that you can use. I mean, obviously it's the open font. Down here at the bottom, they always have popular pairings with Nunito. So Nunito and Roboto. I don't know. Those are very similar. And I probably wouldn't use Roboto for the titles, I don't think. Anyway. So let's go with a bold and a regular. And we'll go with that. Do we want, okay, so we can review it and download the family. Down here at the bottom it says download family. Out of sight, come on, there it goes. Or we can embed, and that's what we want to do, is we want to embed. It gives us link or add import. Typically I grab link. Don't recall the difference between the two right now. Let's check it out for a second. Link versus import. Let's see the difference between. Importing allows you to import one style sheet into another. From standards viewpoint, there's no difference. Either way is correct. At import, because older browsers didn't recognize at import. That's no longer true. Another use is to use multiple style sheets on a page with only a single link in the document's head. Okay, I could see that. So it could be an organizational thing. Inheritance can still be a problem. Anyway, interesting. So there are a few little, this and that and this and that. I usually just use link. So you plop that into the head of your HTML just like it says. I'm going to put it after my title. It's line 6 now. Okay. And it gives you the CSS rules to specify the families. Font family. Okay. So I'm going to switch to my style sheet. And currently for the font family I have Sego, Deja Vu, blah blah blah. Okay. So I'm going to replace that to Nunito. Alright. And that gives us Nunito. It's very straightforward. So right now I have access to the regular and the bold. So there's the bold. I can use a different font for the header. Currently I have Cambria there. So let's find something interesting for the header. Oops, no. Come on. Let's see, not that. Okay, so there are a few ways you can filter these. Filter properties, filter by language, by category. I don't really want a handwriting font at the top. These are display fonts, or sometimes known as novelty fonts. You can kind of see why. Okay, that one looks rad. Let's try that. So Conforta, and I'll get a semi-bold. So what it's doing over here is it's concatenating the two. It's saying, okay, Nunito and Conforta. So you can actually not that, source code for HTML, there we go. Just copy paste over that original link because it's for both. Alright, so if you see family equals Conforta and family equals Nunito, including the weights. Okay. Alright, so save And I head back over to my styles. And let's do a font family of, what was it called? Comforta. I think that was a sans serif. I really should have copied and pasted that. Did it work? Nope, because they spelled it wrong. It has 2 A's. Ah, and there it goes. Wow, that somehow manages to look even more boring than before. Regardless. So that's Google Fonts. Used very, very widely. I've never heard of it really going down. So, let's see. So I got some interesting things going on with the header here. You can see there's a linear gradient. There are linear gradient CSS generators out there on the internet. Just go and Google for them. You'll find them. They're everywhere. And it's a gradient. It's just a linear gradient like you'd make in Illustrator or something like that. And let's go ahead. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Font Awesome. It's really straightforward, largely. You just have to make sure that you follow the instructions, like everything in web design, right? So I can never remember the URL, so I just DuckDuckGo it or Google it. W3 Schools also has an intro to it that's really good. They're up to version 5 now. You can use them for free, and many people do. Many. You can see that they have, wow, they've already designed some COVID-19 icons. And, wow, duotone. Cool, but you have to get Pro for that. They are lovely icons. They really are. They've done a lovely job designing with them. So I'm clicking on Start. They do have you put in the email. The reason being that they want to market to you. Can't really blame them for that. I already used that one. Okie dokie. So let me see if I can find it in my email. So apparently I've done this. Imagine that. Font. Awesome. So they do a little bit of, they do some, oh wow, they're up to 6 now. Confirm your Font Awesome email address. Okay, yes, but, okay, that was, I did set it up. Alright. Does it let me log in? Sign in, okay. No, come on. Sorry. Baba. No. Okay, so yeah, I have a sign in. They make you confirm your email address. Then you can tell them not to email you again. So these are the limitations you have to work with. They're not bad. Blah, blah, blah. Update. No, I'm not going to upgrade to Pro. Okay. Start. You associate it with a kit. So, typography. Create and use this kit. Oh. Boy, they're getting... Anyway. Oh, I used the one allotted kit already. Well, can I get rid of it? Aha. So I gotta get rid of that one. Yeah. Creating kit. Fine. So, okay, so here we go. So they give you a script. A script link, actually. And you put that link into, you guessed it, the head of your HTML. Okay. Because it's a font, basically. It's coming at you as a JavaScript, but it's still a font. Okay, so once you put that in, then you can activate, or then you can start using it. All right. So basic use, and there's that italics class. Font Awesome. The FA or FAS. I'm trying to remember what. Oh, solid. Yeah, and they have some different renderings, but for 3 of them, you have to have, you know, the Pro version. Used to be FA. You'll see it in my notes as FA. Obviously, that's been deprecated. The new default is FAS. Okay, fine. So, let's see. Let's see about finding some icons then. So, icons, free. So we have all kinds. We can put an air freshener on our site. Maybe not. Maybe I'll use that for the home. That'd be interesting. Okay, let's see. Archway. Oh, that's green. So you click on that, and it gives you the code right there. Okay. So let me switch back to my Dreamweaver. And I was going to put it right there. And you see it pops up. It acts just like another letter, basically. So we can go through and you can find others. Let's see what's the next one. Rat dog. About us. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to put in the rest of these, and then I'll check back in so that you can, pick whatever it is you want, and then we'll finish up. Okay, so here we go. So these are the choices that I made, and just in celebration of 2020, there's also a dumpster fire. Seriously, that was one of the icons. I love it. Anyway, so you see it reacts just like as if it were a part of the word. You can roll over and everything. So there are a few more things that it can do. I did want to show there's also a cheat sheet on the site. Okay, that shows you all the solid icons, which are the free ones, and that's all of them. Like all of them. There are there were a bunch of companies in here. Alright, and there's my neighbor. Wow. There are some that are like credit card logos, a hockey puck, hands wash. That is astonishing. Okay. Anyway, so there's the cheat sheet. Oh, there are the brands. Okay. So, yeah, tons of brands. Oh, that's why they put it on a different tab, because there are a lot of them. Okay. A dumpster fire. I love that. Okay. Oh, it doesn't go into it in here. Okay, well I will, regardless. There are a few more things that you can do with Font Awesome. If I can... Oh, that's cool. You can see how they put it together. Alright. Okay, problems, issues, cheat sheet, gallery. Okay, so, and if you want to be able to do more with Font Awesome, they have this information. There's some fun stuff you can do with it. Come on, where is it? Okay, so you can resize it, you can color them, you can add them using spans instead. Either will work. Let's see, align them, list them. Cool. You can rotate them and transform them. So, just quick examples. So you can use icons in a list. That's pretty cool, actually. So there's that. You can rotate them. Rotate them as in position them in a rotated fashion. That's cool. You can animate them. So those loaders, a lot of those are icons of some sort. A lot of them are font awesome. It's very widely used. Wobbles. Let's see. That's a nice look. So that's a quote left, two sizes larger, and then a pull left. I didn't know about that one. That's nice looking. They've got some great use cases. You can stack them, one on top of another, no cameras. It shows you how to stack them. Power transforms. Oh, cool. Wow, you can do all kinds of things. They've really expanded this. Masking. Cool. Okay, anyway. Power transforms. Yeah, so their documents are very clear, give you clear use cases. Wow. Okay, that's just seriously awesome. Font awesome, actually. Let's see, some other things to explore. We'll touch on Bootstrap later in the semester. Google has icons. I honestly did not know that. So, apparently, yeah, those are very Google. I think font awesomes are cooler, but whatever works for you. Okay. Font awesome, fine. References. Okay, cool. Let's see, is there anything else that needs to happen? No, not really. So the thing really to remember about fonts on the web is you're trying to convey information. So it's probably better to err on the side of it looking a little bit dull while still being readable than to try to gussy it up too much, because you don't want to end up with one of those dumpster fires. So, okay, very cool. Anything else with this? Not really. Love that. So, anyway, there we go. Yep. If you have any questions or anything, please let me know.